Hey guys, Raj Sangha, back in the Merc, back on the Slam Sanctuary Customs build, episode 2 of the Merc, here with Henry.
Finally back in the C124. I know guys, it's been a while, but all I've been thinking about are wheels. I went to the Westside show a few weeks ago and I was looking at all the classic Mercs, and damn, a hell of a lot of them seem to be on those AMG Aero 3s that we were talking about.
I've got to say, those AMG wheels, they do look absolutely killer. I'm not knocking them. There's a lot of Mercs out there with
100%.
those wheels on there. They look fantastic, but I don't know, do I want to be samey?
They were very common at that show
Yeah.
in particular, but I can see why people go for them.
Common's
because
not bad.
It's a period,
Yeah.
it's like an RS, it works on
Yeah.
anything, and the AMG Aero 3 seems to work on most old Mercs.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been commenting in the previous video and on social media about maybe converting our 2-piece wheels into 3-piece wheels and adding some larger lips and barrels, because that could be done and that could make the car a little bit more unique at the same time.
I've had a lot of comments as well and said, look, you've got a good set of wheels on the car already. Why not just convert those? And I think cost effectively, that might be the better
Could
option.
work out a little
Ultimately,
better.
this is not my car. This is a car for the channel. It's a car that we're going to obviously modify
Sure.
and then sell at the end of the whole
Sure.
process. So do I really need to be throwing a lot of money
Yeah,
at this
because
car?
from what I've heard, those AMG Aero 3s are going up to like $4,000 now, something like that. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And at the end of the day, if somebody wants this car and wants those particular wheels, buy the car, buy those wheels. They're not stopping you.
Sure.
So I think we need to be cost effective, keep the project in budget.
So I think we need to know what's involved if we were to go the 3-piece custom route.
Yeah.
Hence, while we're on our way to see our friend Voodoo Ellie at
Yes.
Voodoo Motorsport,
Yes.
the guy recently refurbished your Porsche 964 Turbo wheels and the Harkers on your 635 CSI. They were stunning, right?
Yeah, I was blown away with what he did on the 635 CSI, and that's why, I had to use him for the 964 Turbo speed lines. And again, he did a fantastic job there. So you know what? There is no better person to go to.
100%.
He knows what he's talking about. He's not a million miles away from us. He's not local, but he's not too far. And we know he knows what he's doing. So we can just leave the wheels with him once we've decided what route we're going, and he can just crack on with them. And then we can then get on with the rest of the project.
I hear he actually has a set of Aero 3s with him at the moment, which you might hopefully be able to see.
Yeah, he's actually sent me some teaser pics. He's a proper teaser, that boy. They do look stunning. He's not mentioned the number to me, so I think it might be a scary number, but
But alternatively, if we were to go the 3-piece custom route, he's the man for that too. So
course.
let's head over there. Let's let him show us those wheels and also take us through the process if he was to convert our wheels into 3-piece. And let's hear him out and let's make a decision today, I think.
I think so. Let's decide today. Let's get over there, decide today.
Okay, we'll see you at Voodoo.
Yeah, see you shortly.
Oh, here we are.
We are
Made it.
Let's do this.
Ellie,
Hello.
how's it going, man? Good to see you.
All right.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Ellie, Ellie.
C124.
Nice.
How are we doing? You good?
Yeah, not bad, man. How are you?
I'm good. Bit cold.
Yes, a bit colder than I like.
What do you think of the car?
It's cool. Yeah, I love these.
C124, 2-piece, 2-piece Aeros for you.
Yeah. These are very cool wheels.
What should we do? Should we keep them?
There's a lot of options, mate. You could keep these, but depends what you're up for, really.
It depends on the cost as well. Okay.
We've been having this discussion about either going for an AMG Aero 3-piece wheel, or get you to actually convert these into a 3-piece.
Right. Okay.
I've had loads of comments, loads of people suggesting that's what we should do, and we're sort of we're steering towards that.
Yeah.
You sent me some teaser pics of the 3-piece.
Yeah.
And they do look amazing, but then when I started looking at the numbers,
They're expensive.
yeah.
There's nothing cheap about the Aeros, And
roughly what kind of money are we looking at?
they sort of change hands from £4,000 upwards.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Then you want to customise a set. So if you buy a set and customise it, you're into the parts. It starts getting costly.
Okay, well, luckily for you, I've actually got one of these split down already.
Oh, you have?
Oh, the car came with a spare. Unbelievable.
Wow.
I'll bring it through.
Oh yeah, okay,
But
cool.
we've got a complete spare.
Any other goodies?
No, we've got a
Nothing
few
yet.
of
Nothing
spares in there. Should we take it through and we can have a look and see if we have to go the 3-piece option, what is involved with actually converting this wheel?
Yeah, we have to measure up a few bits
Should
and
we
pieces.
take it through to the back and maybe have a look?
Shall I grab it?
Yeah. Cheers,
Cool.
man.
Nice.
So yeah, this is the 2-piece that came on the car. Don't know if it came on the car originally, the owner might have added it to it.
Okay.
But I have no idea what's involved with turning a 2-piece into a 3-piece wheel.
Okay.
Maybe you can shed some light on that.
Yeah. Well, with any wheel which you convert, you just have to check everything, and make sure that everything's going to work. You can't leave anything to chance. So technically, with this, you just would literally machine this piece off here.
So we'll still actually use the existing barrel somewhat.
If you want to keep them 18.
Okay.
And also, if it's already on the car and it works and it fits.
I think we're going to keep 18. I think we're going to stick with 18.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. So you can see here that basically it'll end up looking. Let me give you. Once you machine it off, you're going to have.
Sure. Okay.
Whatever's left,
Yeah.
we put a little radius on, so we make it like a brand new part, So then you can use the barrel. We've done this a few times. The other concern after this now is on the centre. So on this centre, there's a step here, and this step is ideal for a 2-piece setup. But I'll gently put that there. Trusty verniers, measure everything. Always measure everything. So there's about, with paint included, there's about a 5.5mm step here, which locates perfectly in here, and you can see the witness marks where it used to locate.
Sure.
So if you want to turn this into a 3-piece, you have to make sure there's enough on the back here to machine.
So enough meat there, basically.
You may have to turn this lip as well. So basically, you could probably reduce this by a couple of mil, but I think the best way of making this work, if we can get the measurements and check with our supplier, is to essentially go with a Radinox.
Sure.
So here's exactly, this is a blank, which we had machined to a custom size, and the thickness here of this is just under 3mm.
Okay.
And that is massively stronger than an aluminium part. But then even on this standard centre, that leaves us a couple of mils spare.
Yeah.
So if you remove this, use a Radinox dish, increase this step ever so slightly,
Sure.
and the whole lot will locate together with even original hardware. It should be fine.
Yeah.
And would we need to shave anything off the centre board at all? Or do we need to measure up on the card?
We're going to have to, it is definitely a case of like measure twice, cut once when it comes to fitment, and also when it comes to ordering parts.
Yeah, sure.
So, we don't want to order a dish that's too big and then we can't get it.
This car's going to go on air.
Yeah.
So that air is probably not going to be done for a couple of months. So how are we going to measure?
So
that's the challenge.
You can mess about. Typically, what I've done in the past with customers that have brought us cars like this, I prefer it to be done and complete, but obviously I understand there's other things that need to happen first.
There's a time frame,
But with the standard suspension, you can pretty much remove the original springs if you've got the ramp. So you put the car on the ramp, remove the springs, we'll remove the tyres, bolt the wheel to the car, and then just gently lower it down, because you'll get the full articulation without the springs in place.
Okay, and then you can measure.
Yeah, and all we want to do is bring the lip just in level with behind the arch and measure everything. And I think that would be a way forward.
Still unsure though. I mean, have you got any error-frees here we can have a look at?
Yeah. So what we've got here, actually, funny enough, because we do a lot of them.
A common wheel for Mercs, right?
Yeah. So this is an Aero 3.
Chunky, isn't it?
They're quite chunky. this is a genuine one, you know, and it's stamped AMG and OZ and the rest of it, and it's quite chunky. It's got a very deep bolt hole, and it's also got a massive thickness between the bottom of the bolt hole and the actual chamfer at the bottom of the countersink. So these, you know, this is a genuine wheel, and the problem these wheels have, this is another reason probably for sticking with these, which I was thinking about, is the genuine ones of these have an inherent problem with cracking.
I've seen that. I've seen that before.
And you know, so we've had customers who have brought us these wheels. I've stripped them and gone, listen, a couple of your centers are cracked, what do you want to do? And they've ended up having to buy whole sets because they can't find individuals.
And they're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
Well,
you know,
the 3-piece look fantastic, the Aero 3-piece. I think it's just purely the cost.
And considering we already have, well, 5 wheels,
Yeah.
it means we don't have to buy any wheels. We've
Save
got
a
the
lot of time.
centres, we've got the barrels that can be used, so all we've got to buy is the lips, really.
yeah,
right?
a bit of hardware,
It's all a bit of hardware.
some engineering, and then just check the fitment on the car. You know, and get everything absolutely spot on.
Well, I think you're the perfect man for the job, honestly.
Oh,
I've seen
can't
everything
best.
you've built. You've obviously done both of the cars for Raj, and he's very happy, so I think,
Over the moon.
Good.
I think we're going to go for this.
Yeah,
So
I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that.
My question is what are you going to do with the 5th wheel?
Oh,
Yeah.
watch this space. We've got some ideas. Watch this space. We're not going to reveal anything yet.
Hey guys, we're back with the Merc build. So a couple of weeks have passed. Ellie has very kindly popped down. We've done as he instructed. We've got the Merc on the ramp, and we've actually taken all the tyres off the wheels, basically ready to lower the car down and imitate the fact that it's going to be on bags as much as we can.
Of course.
So Ellie's here, he's going to do some measurements and then work out how wide, or whether we have to stay the same, but hopefully wider. And we'll see what we can fit on the car. So Ellie, it's up to you, mate.
Yeah,
Crack on.
Definitely. Let's get started. Typically, you know, with the spacing you've got there, the dynamic between the strut and the hub, once it's all bolted together, should never change.
Yeah.
Unless you have a massive impact in it and the wheel wobbles and, you know, whatever. But it's very minimal.
So basically, we've worked out that there's very little space, at least on the front, to go much wider at all currently, but we still can drop the car down slightly and possibly see how much it cambers in, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be worth doing.
Okay.
We'll have a quick look at the back.
Yeah, have a look at the back.
Okay. Yeah, the back looks more promising because you've literally, the distance you've got from here to there is what you can measure to increase the size of the lip. And 1/2 inch without rolling it is easy.
Yeah.
But the expression is measure twice, cut once.
Of course, and remember we can pull the arches.
Well, I'd say you're getting on for 1 inch there
Yeah.
of increase, you know, from the back here. From here, it's level with the arch, so you'd have to pull it and roll it. So you could typically, but inside, what's the space like around the back? Need to see. It's tight around this rear arm here, but I can get my fingers through there. So we were talking about a possible reduction on the hub, on the mounting face, because there's quite a bit of extra meat on them, isn't there? And I think you could get away with adding 1 inch on the back,
Okay, that'd be
with
cool.
a slight reduction and maybe the arch rolling. But I would get the wheel built before you roll the arch.
Sure.
I think, you know, because typically that's, I mean, can it go lower? This is sitting at 1 inch.
Yeah.
It's sitting
I think so.
level with the inside edge of this arch here. So I think it should go a bit lower. to the outside edge of the arch is 1.5 inches to this edge here. But then you'd have to really pull this. And I still think there's space to take a little bit off the back.
Yeah.
So if we took 5 mil off the back, you'd go 1.5 inches on the dish.
I think that's the thing to do. Like, if you can, why not take something off the barrel? Okay, Ellie, so you've done your measurements.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the best option is, front and rear, for this car?
Well, on the front, we've discovered it's actually really close.
It is super close.
Super close. And that's a D-shaped strut on there, the bullsting. And obviously, I think the air ride strut's going to be round.
Yeah, it will be round.
So there might be a bit limited on clearance here on the front because it is very close. You've also got caliper clearance again,
really close,
which we touched on. So I think you may have to reduce the barrel.
Okay.
So it's going to need a barrel.
Yep.
And with the planned bodywork that you've discussed, I think we can increase this by at least 1/2 inch.
Okay.
We can't take anything off the face, but you know, with the parts we want to use, it'll work. So
perfect.
We can
So
grow.
we can go very slightly wider. Yeah, we can go slightly wider.
Yeah. So
and on the rear, even more so, right?
I think so. On the rear, there's space to remove a little bit on the inner pad of the face, and the original barrel will fit just fine. If you wanted to change the inner barrel to go just wider, just for the sake of it, you could, but there's no need really. But the dish, there's a lot more to do there.
Perfect. So it's going to look better. Yeah. Thank God. Yeah. So it will look slightly cooler, I think. So yeah, 100% going to be worth it. As I said, next couple episodes, Raj is going to take the car down to Dips at Custom Cars and get the arches pulled, sort out any little rust bubbles on the side. Yeah, we've noticed a few things, like the rear arch has a bit of damage on it. So the car's going to go to Dips, he's going to go over it, and yeah, probably also roll the arches as well, basically give us as much clearance as possible for the new wheels, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Cheers, Ellie, thanks for coming down.
Always.
Later.
Yeah, man.